Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and we're back out here in the garage for another first impressions video. And first off, I want to say, if you didn't see what happened on the main channel recently, I reached 25,000 subscribers over there and 4,000 subscribers here on the Texas Gun Vault 2, which is pretty cool because this is just supposed to be a behind-the-scenes casual channel. And speaking of the type of videos I like to make on this channel, just my first impressions video, I literally just pulled into the garage from going to the range, and it is 10:05 in the evening. And I wanted to make this video really quick, and before I bring out the guns and talk about what I experienced today, I have to remind you, this is not a formal review. Sometimes people will find these videos and go, this was a terrible review. This is not a review. This is just me coming off the range and having everything fresh in my mind. I have not reviewed the range footage yet. I haven't created the script. I haven't filmed the garage portion or any of that kind of stuff. I haven't even taken the guns apart to clean. Okay, so it's literally me just getting home from the range and saying, this is what happened, and here's my initial thoughts. So I took two guns to the range tonight, two pistols. And so let's go with this one first. Now this one, I wasn't sure what my experience was going to be because a couple of days ago, as I'm sure you saw, I took a Sig P226 Combat to the range, and I talked about it here on this channel, and I had a not a negative experience with it, it just shot really low, just really low. Everything else about the gun was awesome, and I really struggled with the accuracy on that gun. And I talked about how on Sig Sauer pistols, some of these require what some people call a combat hold. Essentially, you have to have the front sight above the rear notch. But I took the Sig Sauer P226 Legion SAO, or single action only. And this is a beautiful pistol. It is on loan to the channel from my friend Michael. And I recently reviewed his 220 Legion, single action only. Had some, I would say some accuracy issues with that one too, but this one, the 226 in 9mm, this gun is a tack driver. And I think this might be the most accurate SIG pistol I have ever shot. You know, it's one of those things whenever I review a gun and it doesn't, group well for me or doesn't perform well, inevitably I get the people that go, you suck, you need to go get more training. Well, how come virtually back-to-back I can shoot a Sig P229 or a P2220 and shoot this and then have a completely different experience? I mean, this gun was hands down a tack driver. I mean, it is awesome. I had an amazing experience with this. The only thing, if I'm going to be super nitpicky about this gun, is this gun feels like it has just a little bit more recoil when the slide reciprocates than other SIGs I've shot. SIGs typically have this Cadillac recoil. This one just seems to be a little bit harder hitting. I don't know why. It could be the grips. I don't know. But it's not bad. It just feels different than other SIGs, okay? But it's, I mean, that is like so minute of a gripe, it's not even worth talking about. But this gun grouped amazing. At 25 yards, we're talking like this big. At close up, I mean, it was great. It was great. I even like the flat face trigger in this one because it has a little bit of a curve at the bottom. Just an amazing experience. Great time with this thing. No issues whatsoever. So this is going to be a very positive review. And it's going to be one of those guns that I'll probably have to refer people to when they say, you're a terrible shot. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to shoot. Go watch this video. It doesn't make any sense how I can take virtually the same gun, 220, 229, and then take this gun to the range and have a completely different experience when it has essentially the same design, for the most part, the same internals, all this kind of stuff. I'm telling people that different guns shoot differently. And it's important to note that. And I truly believe that a lot of YouTube reviewers are not honest with people about the results that they truly get. Because anybody that shoots every gun amazing is lying to you. everybody that says every gun's amazing is lying to you. And I don't care if you're the world's greatest shot. They all do not shoot the same. And I'm not saying that one design or one example is necessarily, indicative of what the entire lineup is going to shoot like. I'm just saying they're just different. And it's important to note that. And you can take the information that I give you and do with it what you like. But this P226 Legion single action only might be the most accurate Sig P series pistol I've ever shot. Hands down, it's awesome. Okay, so that's that one. And now the other pistol I took to the range was another cool one. And this one is on loan to the channel from my friend D. And you know he has some amazing stuff. This is the Watchtower Apache. Now let me make sure I get this exact model right. I know I have the box inside. This is the Watchtower, no, it is the Watchtower Apache. And I think the box says Apache Pew. I don't know if that's like a brand or marketing thing, but it's the Watchtower Apache according to what's on the frame. So here it is, kind of a very nice bronze finish to it. It's obviously a 2011 pistol. It has a comp in the front. Normally I don't like these comps, but this one was really nice and I didn't really feel like was obnoxious like other ones can be. And I noticed that the size of this comp is a little bit smaller than many others. And maybe that's why. It's a nice balance. It's not as deep, and the cutout here isn't as big. So I think it actually functions a little bit better. Now, this gun, also very accurate. In fact, at 25 yards, it's one of the tightest groups I've ever shot. And when I shot this really fast with like the quick magazine change, it grouped better than pretty much any gun I've ever shot to. My issue with this gun, and this probably is not an issue, but I want to shoot this thing fast. This trigger is amazing. The gun recoil's great. And so when you're trying to take your time in some of the tests that I do, like the 25-yard test or the, kind of shooting offhand, like at, 15 yards or whatever, standing up, I try to take my time and then I end up going, wow, this thing is awesome. And I start to get faster and faster and faster with it because the gun wants to run fast. Like you start to get real comfortable with it. And that's when you're going to have any accuracy issues because you start to want to run it fast because it wants to go fast. This thing is like a sports car in that, you can drive it down the road and go 25 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour, but you can feel what it wants to do. And this gun wants to run really fast. In fact, when I try to shoot this gun really fast, it runs fast, like really fast, but it's also really accurate. Just a really nice 2011. This is going to be one of those 2011s that I'm going to give a lot of high marks to. So I will tell you that both of the guns that I took to the range tonight were awesome. They were awesome. Now, some people are going to ask right now in this video, which one shot better? Well, I will tell you the Apache did shoot a little bit better. The groups were better and I could shoot it faster. And I don't know what the price point is on this gun. I know it's in the multiple thousands of dollars, okay? A few thousands of dollars. It's going to be kind of pricey. I felt, though, this gun shoots just a little bit less good, but it's way cheaper. I think your value on what you get is way better on the Sig Legion than it is on this. But this gun is one of the nicest 2011s I've ever shot. I know I'm glowing about both these guns, but I'm just talking about value, if that makes any sense. Because, there is the law of diminishing returns. The difference between a $300 gun and a $500 gun is gigantic, okay? You get so much more gun for $500. And then the difference between a $500 gun and a $1,000 guns is pretty big. But I find that the difference between a $1,000 gun and a $1,500 gun is not as big. And then once you get above $2,000, you really are having to spend a lot of money to get the gun to be that much better. And so if you take the law of diminishing returns into account, this Sig Legion's pretty nice. Really nice. But for what you pay for this, you get a work of art. Great time with this thing. It took me a little bit to get the Trigicon kind of sighted in, but once I did, it was awesome. This might be my favorite compensated 2011, mainly because of the size of the comp. So overall, just an awesome experience. So anyway, that's what happened at the range today. And as I said, all this is just kind of fresh in my mind. So what is the word of the day? The word of the day is going to be returns, or return. Either the singular or the plural, because of the law of diminishing returns. Both of these guns were amazing. This one's the better value. It doesn't shoot as nice as this one, but it's pretty darn close. So just an amazing experience. And this week, when I do the range reports, or actually this weekend, when I do the garage portions on these, this is going to be two very glowing reviews. I mean, I have to review the range footage. I'm probably going to say it's going to be 5 out of 5 stars on both. So just a great time at the range. So that's what happened. Wanted to come to you and make a video, talk about the success of the Texas Gun Vault, growing, trying to get back to where I was, and talk about the guns I reviewed or shot at the range today. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thank you for joining me here in the garage. And as always, thanks for watching.